Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
What's up, squad? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all was in here early. Shout out to all the members in the building. I see all that green in the building. Shout out to John at Edwards. Yes, T Brown, Druzy. C Patterson is in the building holding it down. Shoe Girl is in the building holding it down. Oh, I don't even know who the first person in the room was. I don't even know. I can't tell. So many of y'all was in here. I see you, Marquand and Latricia and Praise Anointed and Joseph and Afia and Latricia. Like everybody is here. Oh my God. Woo, we talked about this already in a pre-recorded video, but life wouldn't be the same if I didn't come on here and, talk to y'all. Because, everybody was like, why you didn't go live? Why you didn't go live? I'm like, first of all, it was like 2 and 3 in the morning. Y'all know it was 2 or 3 in the morning. Right after, Watch What Happens Live went off. Nene went on her Twitter rants. It's a whole lot, honey. Nene been trending all day long. She all on the top of the blogs. Look, apparently, let y'all tell it. She don't have no job, but she sure is newsworthy. What is going on? You said, am I the only one not hearing? Who ain't hearing me? Y'all can't hear me? Press 1 if y'all can hear me. Y'all can't hear me? Who can't hear me? Let me see. Let me make sure. You said yes. You can hear me. Press 1 if you can hear me. Press 1 if you can hear me. Rich bitch said we was up, Rich. It's like some people never sleep. Okay, y'all can hear me. Well, what's up? You need to turn your volume up. You can't hear me. Everybody can hear me, but you, ma'am or sir. I can't remember if you are a male or female. But anyway, I digress. Thank y'all for tuning in with me today. I am Michelle ATLien Brown, up straight from the A. I don't even know what to start. Oh my God, it is so drama filled. I did a video earlier. We talked about it. Wendy Williams was on Andy Cohen's show, which in itself we already knew it was going to be a bit messy, just a bit messy. And first of all, let me go ahead and shout out Justin Diego of Binge-Worthy made a special appearance on Watch What Happens Live, and he asked Wendy a question about her new man, and she said she didn't have one. But anyway, shout out to Justin for his on-screen appearance. Now, as far as the shade is concerned, honey, Andy apparently used Wendy to do his dirty work. They say, people keep telling me that I am, really reaching when I say that Andy is sneaky and shady and all that. And the people who are really, really fans of Bravo, y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows that Andy, likes to, throw rocks and hide his hand, likes to pull, strings behind the scenes. And so there's been a lot going on that, we have been paying attention to for these past couple of, at least a year or so, if not longer. Nene's been hinting, saying little things. And I suspect, this is just a suspicion. I don't know this to be facts, but I suspect, she probably can't say everything that she really want to say, but I really want to hear it. But I'm here for the little breadcrumbs she drops every other day or whatever. And she really doesn't talk much. If you think about it, her Instagram was deactivated. She didn't say much. When Eva came on there trying to use her name for clickbait on the Ricky Smiley morning show, she tweeted and was like, who said that? Her team came out and debunked what Eva was saying. So it's like every other day somebody is saying something about her. So at what point do you not clap back? At what point do you not decide enough is enough? God dang, leave my name out of this drama. I already said I'm leaving. I don't know what else to do. I did a video. I told y'all I won't be back, and y'all still got to talk about me every day. What is going on? Look, everybody was like, Nene minding her business. Exactly. Nene be minding her own business. And here come Wendy. First, Wendy used Nene as a hot topic when she first came, when she returned for a new season after freshly being in her, kitchen for a few months during the quarantine. And everybody was dragging her for the dang smoke detector going. I was like, girl, why is this beeping? Us YouTubers know that beeping noise is annoying as hell. Any of y'all, if you decide to even call into a show, make sure you have batteries in your smoke detector. That is like the worst sound ever when you are on a live stream. That little beep, beep, beep. Like, what the hell is going on? So anyway, Wendy even touched on that and tried to like shade people for doing virtual live streams. And so it's like, Wendy, you was a part of that. Your live stream was horrible, but we glad you back in the studio with your people in the audience, the few people you have. Now she used Nene as a clickbait basically to get some views, and she talked about Nene leaving the show, and she shaded her a little bit. And on the one hand, she claimed that the Nene walked away from negotiations, which is what I told you. She said she called her and verified that, and I was like, well, duh, I told y'all that a long time ago. But then on the other hand, during that show, she also shaded her and was like, she'll be back. I mean, she's just doing it for the money. We don't know. Then she said she watched 55 episodes and, life was good without her. So it's like, what is it, Wendy? Are you a friend of Nene? Are you a foe of Nene? Are you going to shade her? Are you going to support her? It's like, are you going to stand 10 toes down, or are you just going to throw darts every chance you get? Like, who needs a friend like that? Now here she is on Andy's show, doing the exact same thing. Andy, being the puppet master that he is, decides to ask Wendy, what do you think about Nene leaving the show? To which Wendy says, she needs the money. She needs attention. Y'all will have her back. She's great. She's my friend. I don't know Nene, but I know Lanithia, and her heart is big, and blah, 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 blah. But then when it comes to other things, she was like, Nene is boring. Her family is boring. Her and Greg is boring. Her kids are boring. Everything is boring. It's like, what is it? Is she great for the show? Do you love her? Is she your friend? Or is she boring? And if she's so boring, why do you keep using her for topics on your show? I am so confused. And then he said, hold on, let me see what y'all saying in this chat. Wendy needs attention or she won't have a show. Wendy told y'all that if you got news out there, she gonna talk about it. She shaded Nene's whole family down to the grandbaby. Okay. Andy played his part. Well, he fooled me. Wendy needs attention. Wendy is not her. Look, I could have told y'all all of this. We've been talking about this. Remember when Wendy tried to accuse Nene of ambushing her for a moment on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, when The Real Housewives of Atlanta wasn't even filming, and she was like, well, I agreed to do it one time. I didn't want to do it again. And she was like, wait a minute. Nene was like, wait a minute. I asked you if you could, join me on my Instagram live. We not even filming. We are all under quarantine. The show is over. You said yes. You called Brent and said you was ready, and I called you back while I was live, and next thing you know, it's this whole big to do on the show on Monday morning. Nene called me. She's that girl over there. I mean, I told her I didn't want to participate, and it's like, wait a minute, we confused. What is it? Like, I don't understand. Like, are you my friend? Are you not? Did we not talk on the phone just now? And then you flip it when you get on screen and say something else. Like, if I was Nene, I would be fed up too. Like, how you gonna call me one minute and be cool, and then the next minute get on your show or somebody else's show and drag me? I don't understand. Yes, go ahead and like this video. It is let me see, 1,200 of us, 1,207, including Facebookers. I see y'all in here, Facebook. Go ahead and like this video, please, and thank you, and share it if you care. I appreciate you guys. Wait till DJ Boot come out with his, is that what's going to happen? Wendy's show has been suffering from low viewership. That's what Nene said. Now, speaking of Nene, let's go ahead. You said they are not friends. They clearly are not friends. We get that. But for her to say all the things that she said publicly and then do something else privately, this entertainment industry, when I tell you people stab you in your back all the time, I've been there, I understand. But, Nene been in the game a long time. And I guess she felt like perhaps that, she was keeping one eye on Wendy. I don't know. Maybe she didn't feel like she would, stab her in the back as hard as she did. But, there's that. But this entertainment industry is hell. It's like that even in the blogosphere. Like when I tell you so many bloggers do the same exact thing, honey, they smile in your face and stab you in your back. They get what they need from you. They feel like, let me get some knowledge. Let me figure out how she do what she do. And then, move on with my life. And so, it is what it is. It's just life. We live and we learn, we move on. But, in things like that, you develop some trust issues. You know what I'm saying? You start to look at people differently. Like, what the hell? And I feel like she also probably went through that with Andy as well. She called Kim Zolciak, racist several times over the years. And I'm sure Andy was smoothing it over behind the scenes. Andy was right next to Kim Zolciak during the reunion when Kim Zolciak said that racism did not exist before social media. Okay, we all dragged Kim Zolciak. We wanted to counsel Kim Zolciak. We like, fuck Kim Zolciak. And yet, Andy at first was like, she was wrong, blah, blah, blah. He went and put on his sweatsuit, his Adidas tracksuit, and went to the Breakfast Club to talk about it. He denied that there was any racism within Bravo. But then he went on his platform. He put his three-piece suit back on and his tie, and he went on his platform and said, that it was all good, that, it wasn't as big as it was. And, he downplayed it. So I'm trying to figure out, is it racist for Kim to say, that these black girls go up against us, or is it not? Like, why is Kim Zolciak rewarded for using the N-word and being booted off the show and getting her own show because of that? Why is Kim Zolciak rewarded, brought back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta and, calling out, all these racist stereotypes, talking about there's roaches in this rich lady house? Why is Kim Zolciak allowed to be the antagonist and do those things? The only white lady, the token white lady on the show who, talks about eating chicken and watermelon and all the things that Kim Zolciak has done. Why is she allowed to do that? But then when people call her out about it, you go on your show and say, she's great. She's good. Don't be tardy. Let's give them another family show. Now they on a road trip. Let's use her kids. All the white supremacists love Kim Zolciak, so we got to keep that target audience intact. And so everybody sit around is like, I don't know if Nene is telling the truth. But then when you look at things and like pick things out, I'm like, well, maybe she has a point. Andy was probably telling her all this stuff like, it's not racist. We not going to do this. We going to, lift up the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know it's your baby. We want you to win. We want everybody to win. But then on the same token, doing these things to these people of privilege, giving them a pass. Hell, we can talk about all the things that, a lot of the black housewives go through that the white housewives don't. Like, look, I don't watch, OC, New York, Beverly Hills. I don't watch any of that, but a lot of y'all have told me that, there are certain things that happen in all of those shows that had it happened in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, it would have been full stop. Like one of the things, like Teresa Goodice, is that how you pronounce her name? Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Teresa, her and her husband went to jail. They both was, doing shady things, tax evasion, all kind of stuff. And they put the show on hold. She was the star of the show. They basically put the show on hold until she got out of jail and came back. Now, if anybody else was to do that, like, say it happened to I don't know, Apollo, Phaedra, whoever, I don't know. Life just goes on. We just move on. What else? They were saying something about somebody's house in Beverly Hills was like mortgaged to the hilt, had several tax liens. None of that ever came out. You would never know it unless you follow the blogs. They never kind of shamed those women for their financial positions. However, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, shoot, we could bring up Chateau Sheree, honey. The producers made us drag Chateau Sheree, honey. They was like sending the blogs things about Chateau Sheree. Even Wendy Williams got on her show and said, if anybody, can verify if Chateau Sheree is built or not, please go over there and take some pictures and let me know. So, I mean, what is the difference between these white people of privilege and these black girls? Look, they was talking about even Kenya. Y'all say I can't stand Kenya, but let's talk about her for a second. She eloped. She got punished for eloping, not putting her life on camera, which, we feel like it's a fake marriage anyway, but, there's that. But let's talk about it. There are other women on other shows that have done similar things, and it's just, okay, hush, hush, we won't talk about it. But Kenya, it seems that, she's forced to talk about whatever. I don't know if it's the struggles of the show or whatever the case may be, but it seems to me that she's forced to create these fake boyfriends, these fake relationships, all these fake scenarios for the show. Why is it they put so much pressure on these black girls to go at it, to do certain things? But these white girls, they fight, they do certain things too, but they don't catch the same flack. Like, I don't watch, somebody said take a breath. I don't watch Real Housewives of Potomac, but I hear certain things, and I know there's a fight on there between Candace, somebody, and somebody else. I don't know the girl's name, but they was fighting, they was pulling hair, they referred to as ghetto and hood, and why are these black women doing this? It's such a bad reflection of black women. But when the Caucasian girls do that, it's not a bad reflection of them. They just move on, and nobody ever talks about it again. They be pulling their weaves and pulling they ponytails and getting sloppy drunk and falling. It's so much. Oh my God. And let me change my background. You see T Brown? I have forgot to change my background because I'm sitting here just talking. But, think about it. They was talking about Nene being violent. She's so violent. They try to label all the black women as violent. But what about the white women when they be doing stuff? What about when Teresa pushed Andy and she still got her show? This is a whole lady who went to jail. She is a jailbird. She is a convicted felon, and so is her husband. But yet she is praised. She get money year after year after year after year. Meanwhile, like Nene said, she went on Twitter. Let me put her Twitter up. Hold on. Let me put her Twitter up so I can have a reference. Y'all know. I feel, I'm talking so fast because I feel like, I've done the show already. I did the little 18-minute clip that y'all saw earlier. So I feel like I'm reiterating myself, but that's fine. I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to take some calls for y'all. Hold on. In this little section that she was talking about before she called Wendy a cokehead and called Andy a racist, around this time she issued this little screenshot. She talked about every housewife, all the OGs, and she was like strictly talking about the OGs. I was the only black OG. My white counterparts were elevated and given full season episodes every season. Each season, I was given less and less. Don't ask me, at Brandy and at Bravo, and ask them why. So I feel like, y'all need to add Andy and ask Bravo, like what the deal is. Like y'all keep talking about there was no negotiations. There was no offer. She was fired. And because Bravo didn't give her what she want, that means she was fired. No, children, that's not what it means. It means that every year she comes to the table, they give her an offer. They say, okay, this season we're going to give you 12 episodes. And then she comes back and say, well, I want 15 because she gets paid per episode. Then Bravo comes out, put these publish the salaries in Radar Online and say, well, Nene's making $3 million a year and make it seem like she's the highest paid housewife. And yet she only gets 10 episodes of whatever her per episode figure is. and she doesn't necessarily make that amount of money. So it's like, on the one hand, they're trying to make themselves look good. Like, we're paying this black woman all this money. We're making her, rich. She's getting paid millions a year. But then when you look at it and when you add it up, it's like, oh, well, she was only in these amount of episodes. So basically, she didn't make the millions that they claimed that she would. Had she been in each and every episode, yeah, that might be the case. But clearly, she's not in any season. So here we are, season 13. I guess they opt for her 6 episodes. Like last season, they offered her, I don't know how many. And, she was negotiating for a while last season. And, she finally came back, after, the season had started. The same thing happened this season. They offer her XYZ. She's been going back and forth with them for months. Bravo even said she is not fired. We definitely want her back. But yet they only offer her 6 episodes. And I think she said $100,000 distribution deal, which really you can't do nothing with. So, when you look at it, it's like the white OGs, Kyle Richards, she is in every single episode, which means she makes her quota. If she's getting paid whatever per episode, she's making a whole lot of money. Ramona Singer, every episode. Teresa Goodice, every episode. Nene Leakes, 6 episodes. So being that she's the only woman of color within these OGs, why is it that she wasn't given the same opportunities as they are? I don't know. I'm just asking the questions, child. Let me see what y'all saying in this chat. The other one drugged the lady by her ponytail. Okay. Boycott Bravo and Radio Andy. We put the boycott link down below. But, in addition to boycott, I want y'all to actually do what she asked y'all to do. Why not at them? Ask them. Let them, make a statement. We want to hear from Bravo. I just want to hear what they got to say. But they haven't said much of anything. She has the right to be upset. We are not treated fairly as Black people. Exactly, Vanessa. And somehow us Black people don't see that. We see her as someone of privilege who perhaps, makes a lot of money. She's a star. She's making millions. Why should I feel sorry for her when I barely make $10 an hour? Fuck her. But at the end of the day, the same situation she's going through at her $1 million job is the same situation you probably going through at your $10 an hour job. We all get it. And we all experience the same type of situations. So there's that. Hold on. You said they be throwing glasses at each other. Andy gotta go. I'm tired of him. And, let's talk about Andy for a second. I done got all off subject, and I get it. I be digressing, I know. But Andy wanted to be talented. We talked about this. I talked about this in that shots fired video. Let me bring up Andy's Instagram again so we can watch it, look at it one more time. So y'all will see what I'm talking about. Hold on. What's his name? Instagram Andy Cohen. I don't know. Or is it just Bravo Andy? I think it's just Bravo Andy. When I said that he was throwing shade, y'all said that he was not. Now, every time I look at this, it irks my soul because, yes, while he is using her language, he called her an icon. Nene Leakes is an icon of the genre. An icon. He said that, not her. He said it. She is a gift and catchphrase machine. In 11 years of Watch What Happens Live, Nene has been our most frequent guest. And she's always a blast. Nene nicknamed me Buttercup the first day we met and still calls me that today. Through her whole run, she has always had a serious concern and drive to maintain the success and well-being of RHOA. I'm going to miss Nene on the show, but I'm hoping we work together again soon and we will remain in each other's orbits forever. Now, here are the things that I was side-eyeing. Bloop, low down monkey with a wig. Close your legs to marry men. We see each other. I said what I said. Trump check. Buy wig. So nasty, so rude. Like, what? Wait a minute. You call her a low down monkey with a wig? I mean, I'm just saying. To me, it exposed more. It exposed a lot more. You said Andy hates Black women because he wants to be one. Oh, the shade. Here you go, reaching again. I knew you'd think that J Farm the Nene is the queen. Okay. If we were as strong as we are divided, we would be so much better off. We would be. And speaking of that, you know, I don't want to keep throwing Candy under the bus, Candy, but you know, I feel like it was just, I don't know. It was like a snowball effect. Candy, when she, decided that she would speak, for herself instead of all the women speaking, collectively as a group, it kind of disrupted everything. Had they stood together, Nene even tweeted it back then and everybody ran with it. I think she said something about we're stronger together. And people were like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? And it's true. If you look at it now, it's like, nobody wants to speak up on her behalf. I'm sure it's things that she knows that they know as well that no one's saying anything about. And why is that? Is because they value their check. They value that check, and they feel like, as long as she speaks out, let her take the fall for it. We good over here. Let her take the fall for it. Meanwhile, Bravo is, repairing things behind the scenes, playing catch up, giving Candy a little racism special, offering Portia the chat room executive producer credit, putting, black people, giving them a little bit when they deserve so much more. So it's a lot. It's just a whole lot. What else did I want to touch on? Oh, the cocaine allegations with Wendy Williams. I mean, it's not like we didn't know that. Wendy's been in rehab. I think Nene was just fed up. Let me go to her tweets real quick. Hold on. I think she was just fed up. Hold on. We talked about this. Both of their ratings are low. By Queens. Looked like she was typing from emotion. She was misspelling words and stuff. I will always eat and eat good. Believe that. I have always believed in multiple streams of income. So the leaks are good. You old cocaine head and you old racist. No one knew you until you knew me. Remember, I'm an icon. Don't forget. And there's that. Like, people are like dragging her for saying that, but he is the one who called her an icon on Instagram. People are not realizing, just like he was trying to use her words against her and call her low down monkey with a wig, she's doing the same thing. You call me an icon. Well, wait a minute. You the one who said it. And then, as far as no one knew you until you knew me, she's not talking about Wendy Williams. Of course not. She's talking about Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen was an executive at Bravo. Look, I don't know the inner workings of the situation, but even Andy said you were my most invited guest on Watch What Happens Live. Why? Because every time Nene was on Watch What Happens Live, the ratings would soar. Every time, they used her voice for the little Watch What Happens Live theme song, she was saying, bam, bam. What else? They were doing like, I guess she feels from what I can read that they were using her to elevate him as talent when at first he was an executive. And now, Andy was playing the game. Andy was like, you're talent. Let me help you. But in essence, he was helping himself. Let me finish. Let me look at some more of these. Keep trying me, sir, and I'm going to let the world know who you really are. Again, like I said, I'm sure there were some things that he said to her, that he made promises to her, that even like I said with that C0C racism situation, there are a lot of things that we look at. Now, look, I want to go back to this real quick. Hold on. She on cocaine, so they should stop using her to talk. They both need my help with their poor ratings, and that's a fact. There was one where she said, they always manipulating Black women to say negative things about each other while they sit and enjoy us tearing each other down. Remember Black Lives Matter. Remember Breonna Taylor. Remember the most racist networks. People are in their feelings because she used Breonna Taylor's name. But, Breonna Taylor is just another example of the injustices that Black women receive, daily. Like, there's still not justice in the Breonna Taylor case. And as far as her saying they always manipulating Black women to say negative things about each other, Andy was pretty much doing that, on Watch What Happens Live. If Wendy is a cocaine head, allegedly, people saying, she was out of her head. She didn't seem like she was right. No, I'm not deleting comments. I'm not deleting comments. But anyway, they said she was not in her right mind, and he was using her to say all the things that he wanted to say about Nene Leakes. Like, why bring her up in the first place? Why ask the question? Why even, talk about her? If she has gone her way, why even, say, well, what about the reunion, Wendy? What had happened? What about, how do you feel about her quitting the show? He knew that Wendy was going to say some things. He already knew it. So, it seems like they as in the network, they as in Bravo Andy, was yet again using a black woman to say negative things about another one. Let me see what else she said. Hold on. They gonna leave my name out of these shows. Woo! They talked about her. Somebody told me they talked about her on the Portia show for a hot second. They got to bring up Nene. It's a hot topic. They talked about her. On Watch What Happens Live. And oddly enough, Wendy did not talk about her today, when Wendy is one of the hot topics of the day by being referred to as a cokehead. Why do you think Wendy did not talk about the situation? The Breakfast Club told Nene that she should watch her back when it comes to Wendy. Wendy admitted years ago that she was using coke. Well, I mean, she also said that she was clean. She also said that she was clean. I'm just saying, most drug addicts or people who are involved in drugs, I don't know if she's a drug addict or not, but I've had close proximity to a few drug addicts that, seem quite intelligent, but they are quite dumb when it comes to, their addiction. They will do anything for that addiction. I'm just letting y'all know. Some of your favorite YouTubers are part of that. Junkie Dineva, but I ain't gonna even go there. Until you own the network, you have to play the game. Okay. Well, that's probably what she was doing. That's probably what she was doing all this time. People keep saying, well, why is she not saying everything? Why is she just giving us this little bit? Why? It's because, at the end of the day, all of these networks are in cahoots. She don't know if she's going to work again or not. Like, it's interesting. He said, oh, Andy, ooh. Which one of the RHO ladies was caught up doing drugs? I don't know. Bravo doesn't want her on the show, so why are they talking about her? Right. Candy and Kenya think they are the show. Now let's talk about that for a minute. I feel like who's next? It seems like, they were saying, like you said, they offer her less and less episodes until she finally was like, well, if y'all are not going to negotiate with me, I'm out. Who's going to be next? Who's going to be in less and less episodes? And then here's some tea for you that y'all didn't know that I probably told y'all. And I probably mentioned in passing. I said it in a few videos ago that Tanya had not been taping and she was in negotiations as well. Well, little birdie told me that Tanya probably, finally agreed to what they were giving her, and she ain't making much per episode, like $2,000 per episode. Now, if Tanya, this person who was a friend of the show, right? She was a friend of the show. She allowed Kenya to disrupt her relationship and to, claim that her husband or her husband to be or her fiance was cheating on her with the cookie lady. She became a main storyline to one of the ladies on the show. You telling me she can't get more than $2,000 an episode? And if she can't get more than $2,000 an episode, you can only imagine what these newbies, these YouTubers who are doing it for clout, who are doing it so they can get more views on their YouTube page, Latoya. You can only imagine how much they're getting. If Tanya can't get but $2,000, I'm sure they ain't getting but $500. They get an appearance fee. But they just want to be a part of the show, and they may not even be getting anything but travel costs. Because remember, I told you back in the day when Marlo was a friend of the show, she paid for her travel. She did everything just because she wanted to be a part of the show. Being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta gives them clout, allows them to make more money outside of the show. And a lot of people want to do that. So, hey, just a superstar. Hey. So, there's that. I want to hear from you guys. I've been talking a lot. Again, I feel like I'm talking in circles because I've said this over and over and over again. If you are new to this channel, You know, there's a lot of videos. There's a whole playlist called RHOA Gossip. Get your life, go through it. Look, make sure, go through it and see if I'm credible or not. Everything I have said is what, you know, it has come to pass. So basically, you know, I'm the plug. But there's a link if you want to call in and let me know what you think. I'm putting a link in the chat. I haven't used none of my little graphics and my visuals. I had all kind of stuff playing. I was just running my mouth. Look, I had Andy looking like this. Yeah, you know, from being called a cokehead, I got him looking like this. From Nene, you know, referring to him as a racist. I got Wendy looking like this because she confused. Like, why you calling me a cokehead? Why is you calling me a cokehead? I mean, didn't you know I went to rehab? Don't you know I'm trying to get clean? I got her looking like this because she like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I was used by Bravo Andy to, you know, to down this black woman, knowing, you know, that she was going through what she was going through and accusing them of racism. Maybe I am a part of the problem. And yeah, another confused face. Meanwhile, Nene on her phone like this, like trying to spell with her finger. Okay. But anyway, I digress. Oh yeah, this was Nene when she was like, when she saw Wendy on the show. And she was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You are not going to have me out there like that. But hold on a second. I got a few calls in the back room. Hold on. Let me see.
Hey, squad. Hey, Michelle. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I like the color blend. It's really popping.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're looking smooth. You're looking real smooth.
I appreciate
All right. I'm going to do my 3 minutes, right? So here we go. So first of all, Charlemagne talked about how Kevin was blocking was blocking Nene from getting a talk show. And now I'm side-eyeing the whole conversation because now I'm wondering if Wendy had some, hand in that, moving around blocking Nene because she feels intimidated by Nene as well.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the fact that Nene Nene's name. Now, let's talk about Nene's name. I need Nene to copyright and trademark her name so that anybody that used the name Nene moving forward, cut her a check. When she dropped about if you're a lawyer, hit me up. Let's get the lawyer to get that in place. I don't care what grandfather contract they have. Her name is her name, and she owns the right to her name. On top of the fact that it took Andy and Wendy to come together to build a viewership, to drop some tea. However, if you notice, Nene's clapback made all headlines today, all conversations today. They were like the butt of the joke, along with the fact that nobody gave them dust because, like you said, they didn't address the fact that Wendy a coke user because she's admitted it so many times. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a big conversation to have. So she couldn't use it on her platform either. And Andy, he just a figure of imagination at this point because if he don't use Nene name, he ain't got time. We don't got time. We ain't giving him the time. On top of that fact, I think Nene, a lot of people were commenting saying that she shouldn't have said anything. And I disagree. I feel like when you're the punching bag long enough, at some point you punch back. And yes, she may have shown a snidge bit of her right hand, but I felt like it was a good swing. And I am down for the swing. She took a swing and she hit hard. Like she hit real hard. And I just need her to pace herself at this point and just lay her bricks out. Whether it's a lawsuit and a spinoff show, whatever it may be, a bar, I just need her to slow it down, pace it, and now just pull the rug from under them because we're not here for it. Andy, we already seen what side you on. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but you've already showed his hand, and we just not here for it. It's that time. I think when Nene is moving at the right time, I think if the climate is right, I think the fight is right. I'm sorry for whoever didn't stand with her. They're not going to be on the right side of history. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a conversation that will be remembered. Also, hold on 1 second. My 3 minutes not up. Okay, so yeah. So here's the thing. I need Nene to find a new group of people. Because here's the catch-22. she was aligned with RHOA. She was aligned with that, and that's fine. And sometimes you got to grow up and move on. And here's the catch-22. I feel like they are afraid of Nene's growth, and I think Nene has walked into her worth. And so Nene needs to align herself with people who are going to appreciate her growth and who are going to expand her wealth. And so with that being said, going back to the previous statement, just keep the left hand away from the right hand, and she just needs to move in synchrony with nobody's excess knowledge, even her team. She doesn't need everybody to be in everything. She just needs to do what she's doing, which will benefit her and the same family that will not be, too great on the TV. Because here's the catch-22. The family not great, but they stay calling their names though. For people that ain't gonna be entertaining, they sure did throw a whole family name in that little spatter right there. Because it wasn't just a Nene conversation, it was a Nene and the whole family. Interesting, isn't it? But anyway, I digress. It was lovely chit-chatting with you guys.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna go back in the back room now.
Always a pleasure. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right, bye. Hold on. Alaka.
Hi, Michelle. How are you this evening?
How you doing?
I'm good, not too bad. So,
how are you? Did you see? I shouted you out on my community wall. I put the intro, the channel intro up.
I saw when you posted it, individually. But I'm glad you're using it, and I'm happy that you like it. I'm really grateful for that.
I appreciate you.
Okay, so I'm gonna rush into my 3 minutes before people start telling me to kind of rush off really quickly, because I know a lot of people are queuing in to come and give their opinion on this. I mean, for me, obviously, I'm one of those people that Reese has said that, some people say she shouldn't have maybe clapped back, because I feel like they did use the fact that they know that Nene is reactive, and so I think they knew that she was going to react in some way, shape, or form, and I felt like I wanted her to kind of catch them off guard by not responding. And instead, I think if she would have just stayed quiet and strategized behind the scenes, that way, whether it's be a lawsuit, personally, I feel like she should have just come back with a very classic comeback in the form of a documentary where she's called up every single person that these people have wronged. There's lots of housewives who are reeling to go against Andy because they have Andy's secrets. They know all his dirty works, right? And I think the best way to clap back would be a documentary, because it will be properly structured. It will force people to watch, and they'll pay attention to every little detail, every statement that is actually made by these people. And a documentary, whether it makes it to a network, she's still got her YouTube channel, she can still release it on there. Do you see what I mean? So people will actually be able to watch it and pay close attention, because I feel like when you clap back on Twitter in the moment, and when you're kind of feeling some type of way, which by the way she has every right to, right, by I don't know, next week or whatever, people are going to move on to the next trending topic and things like that. Whereas if it's a documentary, it's there to stay for people to rewatch and share and rewatch over and over again. So I would love to see a documentary done where everything is exposed properly, because when you do stuff like that, you bring lawyers in to fact check, to make sure that all the details are accurate. That way, any lawsuit that will be pending by the time that documentary drops, all they will see is subpoenas coming to their door saying, oh yeah, there's a court case coming against you for ABCD. That's what I would love to see ultimately, because it's no secret that Bravo have been playing the Black women dirty. Okay, when it comes to the pay, when it comes to reprimanding them, every time Portia got demoted for getting into a fight, but these women will throw Andy to the side. They'll do all kinds of things, but they don't get reprimanded. When things go bad within the Black cast members, they make sure that it's fully exposed. But their white counterparts, nothing is done, nothing is said, nothing is exposed. It's all kept hush hush. Nobody really knows about it. And when people do find out about it, is maybe someone is disgruntled somewhere and maybe they leak it. But otherwise, Bravo actually protects their white cast members. They protect their white talent, but they do not protect their Black talent. And so I think you need to hit them where it hurts the most. That way, if Nene has this documentary, not only will she be exposing them, but she'll be making her money in the process as well. Do you see what I mean? And like, for me, I'm done with Bravo. You know, I'm done with Andy. I do not have time for these people, because at the end of the day, people who keep supporting, oh, I'm still going to watch my favorite show. But at the end of the day, this is not just about Nene. It's a bigger picture on what these things have been doing. These people have been doing for so long, and how people cannot see this by now. You know, people might be, whether you like or hate Nene, at the end of the day, you know, put her aside for a minute and think about it. It's been happening for a long time to other cast members. Maybe they have not been as vocal as Nene. And like you said, even Kenya, I'm not a fan of Kenya, but even Kenya, she's been humiliated to the ends of the earth. You know, when there are white counterparts who've got worse issues, but they have not been humiliated or exposed in the same way. And so people need to kind of, you know, see it that way. And as for Wendy, Wendy is nobody's friend, okay? Industry or personal. She is nobody's friend, okay? And so her coming up, people are saying that, you know, Nene is using me. First of all, I hate the fact that Candy is the one who initially put that out there. If you notice, I don't know if anyone ever paid attention to that. Candy's the one who actually put that out there to say that, Nene is using Wendy because, you know, she wants to be, whenever she's got something to promote, she can go on the Wendy show. And so people ended up running with that, which again is this thing where they're pitting Black women against each other. And Wendy is dumb enough to fall for it. You know, and I think it's really disgusting that Wendy is this type of person. People blamed her husband before to say, oh, it's her husband that's causing all of this. But her husband is no longer in the picture. But still, she carries on acting like someone who constantly drinks haterade. Like, what is your problem, Wendy? You've got your millions. You've got your own show. So why are you such a loose cannon on your own people like this? You know, it makes no sense whatsoever. You're busy saying she's boring. She's boring. If she's so boring, why do you keep talking about her? Why do you have to keep talking about her and bringing her up? Clearly, she must not be boring if she is going to be your number one hot topic when you come back on air after you knew your failings, your ratings failed when you came out of your what is that, smoke detector sounding kitchen. You know, for me, things like that absolutely frustrate me. But anyways, I've kind of said my piece with that. You know, with that said, I'm just hoping and praying that Nene does have a big win. I personally would love to see her go back into scripted thing and kind of lean away from reality show, because I feel like there's just too many thirsty people anyways right now in reality show. And I think scripted, or even going back to Broadway and things like that, will probably be more like, I think she seems happier whenever she's in that space. You know, just put it simply, yeah. But that's my 2 cents.
Well, thank you, Alaka. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
All right, I'll see you on Patreon.
Have a good night.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Hold on, y'all. Just a superstar.
What's up, Michelle? Hey, squad.
How are you? Why are you not on camera?
I'm doing wonderful because I'm sitting here eating Longhorn.
You shouldn't be on camera. We know what you look like.
I'm sitting here eating Longhorn.
Okay.
Let me just say, if y'all don't remember 3 years ago, Kathy Griffin told y'all about Andy doing coke, stealing his talents, jobs, and stealing from them. She told y'all this years ago when she got blackballed from the New Year's Eve job. And you remember Andy took it and went with Anderson Cooper and got the New Year's Eve job with CNN. So Kathy Griffin told y'all this years ago. Now, if you want to talk about how the black wives have been treated against the white wives, let's go with Luann. She got married off camera. She refused to film her wedding on camera, even though she got engaged on camera. They fired Kenya for a season and made her sit out. Luann have been to jail and rehab. They welcomed her back with open arms and paid for her rehab. Okay? Dorit in Housewives of Beverly Hills is renting her home, has been sued for faking her financial records. And they have never exposed it. And when a fan wrote in and asked about it, they said it's not a part of the show. Kyle Richards' husband has been sued for doing fraudulent real estate deals. When people asked about that, they said that is not a part of the show. Erica Jane, who they say is so rich and wealthy, husband who's an attorney, a bank sued him for not paying them back $50 million. When they asked about that, they said it's not a part of the show. Now, Sheree's financial records are a part of the show. Portia moving in with her mama was a part of the show when Cordell kicked her out. Kenya getting kicked out of that rental was a part of the show. But Kim Zolciak getting kicked out of that rental from that black lady house wasn't a part of the show. They already made sure she was already in another house before they showed it. She was just allowed to drag that black woman who didn't even have a voice or a seat on the show. And to me, it just goes to show how Bravo once again has shown the black women what their worth is. The white girls were flying on private jets with 300,000 ratings. And the black girls are driving in a van to Savannah on their cash trips. Let's just be real. And this is when the ratings were at its all-time prime. So these white women get private jets and private islands for their hundreds of thousands of viewers. Housewives get millions of views, and they get on a hot, pissy van and go to Savannah and with drinks at a bar, and Nene said she had to pick up the tab. So you mean to tell me they can't see? And then you got those house Negroes like a Candy, like a Kenya, like a Cynthia, who knows all of this behind the scenes. And even Peter will tell you this stuff behind the scenes and will sit there and say, yes, sir, master. And go along with everything because Kenya get $50 more and get one more scene shot at the greasy spoon. How low will you go to sell your race? What will you give up? When will you say, okay, yeah, Breonna Taylor, but when will you say, I have my own smaller Breonna Taylor. Nobody's being killed here. But I am killing another sister. I might not like you. I don't really like you. I don't like your attitude, but girl, they shooting you and the bullet coming to shoot us next. Or let me just stop. You know what? Forget the little production here. Let's all meet. We don't like each other, but look, let's make a list of demands and let's all refuse to film. And if they don't pay us what we want and give us what we deserve, how about none of us film and all of us go do a sit-down interview?
Right.
And say, this is how you are treating me. That's how you come back with a check. That's how you grab authority. And that's how you grab this white man by the balls. But because you need your couple $100,000, you need the mold exacted from your house, Kenya. And Candy is so thirsty for any little bit of fame because she didn't make it with her personal career and she didn't really make it with Escape until 20 years later as a has-been group. You will do anything just for a little bit of fame and 50 cents and a pat on your head from the master to say you've done a good job. How low can we go? This is why Breonna Taylor family got $12 million and their white men around here going on ski trips with their wives. They'll write a book, they'll do a documentary, and they're fine. This white girl who got killed, family got $20 million and that black officer lift his eyes up every day in prison. This is what we sell our community for. So if y'all think Candy is great and a boss and y'all think she's a power player, keep on playing the power. And every other week we'll have a Breonna Taylor. Every other week we'll have somebody else whose life will be taken and you could do something this small, what you can do. I don't care about you marching. You ain't got to march. But how about you help your sister out in your own job? How about you look down the road that the sister who getting pushed around on the computer there say, ain't none of us taking this. Let's meet in the break room in the parking lot like, Keisha, I don't like you, but we got to do something about this because it's going to affect me and then my daughters or whatever. But the people don't get it. They want their producer credits. They want more people to visit the greasy spoons. They want to sell their hair products. They want to fake like they're marrying this guy for the. We've seen 3 marriages from Cynthia at this point. We've had enough. This is what we do.
Oh, Josh.
I digress, and I need one more thing. Marlo is the bum of all bums. Because let me tell you something. Michelle.
No.
Wait, let me tell you
We
this.
talk about this offline, but Marlo done bounced up. Marlo got her a check. Marlo is making 6 figures.
Wait, let me tell you something.
Regardless of how many years she worked for free, she ain't working for free no more.
I'm gonna tell you this, Michelle. If somebody messing with you, they messing with me. If you ain't filming, I ain't filming. Fuck the whole YouTube. If YouTube shut your channel down, we out of this bitch. We gonna burn the headquarters down. That's how I roll. You go to court and that nigga mess with you, now he messing with me. What's up? That's how you supposed to stand your ground and boss up with your friend. I'll never mess with Marlo. She can have adopt 8 more nephews and 12 more nieces. I'm good on her.
I'm with you.
You guys have a good night. I enjoyed it. And I'll go back in the chat.
All right, bring me some food. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Shout out to Joshua, just a superstar. Go follow him on YouTube, even though he probably won't go live no more because everybody be feeling like I be using him. But whatever. Hold on. Darcel, you up next, Darcel.
Thank you.
It's a whole bunch of y'all back there looking at me now. Y'all all looking at me like.
Let's get into it. Okay, first of all, hi Michelle, how are you?
Okay, how you doing?
I've been after you. I quote. I mean, I always comment on in your lives. Okay, so first off, I love all the housewives. I love Nene. I love everybody. But here's the thing. Nene always wants to say, I'm the HBIC, head bitch in charge, and this and that. After a while, she was getting too big for her britches. I don't care what anybody says. It is what it is. Or whatever. You can only say that for so long. Case in point, let's take Vicky from OC. She's the OG from OC. This is my house. You in my house. What happened to her? They politely removed her from her house. Am I correct?
I don't watch it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but I mean, I'm just stating facts.
Okay.
She was removed from her house.
Okay.
You only as big as your head.
Okay.
So getting back to Nene, you take up from Nene all the time. You bash yeah, you do. Yes, you do. You bash Candy, you bash Kenya, you bash Cynthia, you bash everybody, but you do not say anything when Nene is wrong. Whenever Nene gets mad at anybody, she goes on watch what happens live. She talks smack about everybody. Not only that, she also would tell you who needs to be on the show and who doesn't. You don't do that. When you have a sisterhood, you don't do that.
But if she asked a question, how
okay, but you know what? You know what? When you're on a reality show with other people in a so-called sisterhood, you should not be going back. I don't think this person needs to be on there. Do you know how many times she said that? About how many people?
I
can count 3.
Who?
Cynthia. She said it about Portia. She's actually said it about Phaedra. And she said it about Kim Fields. So that's so short. Oh, yeah. You want me to tell you, honey? I could tell you.
But if she is asked a question.
Yeah, but it's okay if you're asked a
question.
Sit
here and I say the same
thing. You don't say that you want your other cast members fired.
But we say it, but if you are on a platform, okay, you're on Watch What Happens Live, and you ask your honest opinion about this show, what is best for the show, why wouldn't you be honest and say,
okay, so let me ask you this. So then
we don't
now when it's time to boss up, then she wondered why nobody's standing next to her.
Okay, look, I can see your point. I can see your point.
Okay. Second,
but what about all the people that she assisted in getting jobs?
Okay, and that's okay. But and they said thank you. Damn, I mean, what would you?
I haven't seen Eva say nothing.
Huh?
I haven't seen Eva say a word.
Eva said she did not get her that job. Eva sat right there on that couch.
That don't make it so.
Well, Eva told Nene that she didn't get her that job. She said Nene Leakes did not get me this job.
Okay.
So second off, when Candy when it was said that Candy was doing that Zoom with everything about the racism or whatever the case may be, and you and Nene both called Candy Terry Crews. That wasn't nice. And I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't nice. You guys are always saying about how, we're supposed to be upholding our sisters and our, this and that, and Black Lives Matter. What was Black Lives Matter then? She was trying to do something for everybody. And you
how was she trying to do something for everybody, but it only benefited her?
What do you mean it only benefited her? No, I'm asking. This is something I've been going to get off my chest.
The group collectively wanted to go to Bravo around the time when Bravo NBC Universal said they had that $100 million pledge to diversity. They wanted to go to them as a group. Portia probably wanted them to give to, a certain the
Mhm.
Breonna Taylor Fund for Justice, and you know, the bailout fund, and all of those sorts of things.
Mhm.
You know, Marlo had some things that she wanted. Of course, Nene had some things that she wanted.
Mhm.
All of them collectively need like insurance and things like that. Candy, however, while they were like brainstorming, going back and forth, Candy says, "Well, I got to be honest. I already talked to him. I already asked them for this, and this."
If
So,
you know Candy's track record, Candy is like that. She's not gonna sit in the wings waiting on everybody to figure stuff out. She gonna go and she gonna tell you what it is that she wants to do. She's always been a boss like that, from season to season. And then everybody, I'm just saying, like, you guys have to give credit where credit is due. You know, nobody is talking down on Nene at all. But you know, you can't sit here and say, you know, nobody's in my corner and this and that and this and that. Because I can tell you right now, if she, like she says before, every season, I'm the highest paid, I'm this and I'm that. Okay, well then if you the highest paid, then I get you. I tell you what, had she gotten the contract that she wanted this year, we wouldn't even be hearing none of this.
you sure about that?
Oh, you think she would have? You think she
She's
signed
been
that
talking
contract?
about it for years. Have you not been on her YouTube channel? Have you not seen the things that she's been saying?
Why you think her stuff keeps going down every year? Scene after scene after
Look,
scene
okay,
after
Carla.
scene.
Oh, look, we
You
gonna
gotta
agree
get
to
along.
disagree.
You gotta get along to play along. And then what's gonna happen with Nene? She's gonna be another Monique, blackballed.
And Monique deserves money too. So
I'm not
basically,
saying
you
that
saying
she
that
doesn't.
they
I'm
should
not
just
saying
keep
that
quiet,
she doesn't.
take what they're given, and don't talk about the injustices. Is that what
You
you're
got to get along to play along.
All right. Well, thank you
But
so
I
much.
digress.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Whew, all right, look. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Ann Grace, you up next, Ann Grace. I know you looking at you shaking your head, Ann Grace.
Oh my goodness. That kind of mentality just makes my skin boil. That's it, right? See, Josh was preaching. I was over here going, hallelujah. You hit it on the head. I was like, praise the Lord, Josh. What an offering plate. I'll give an offering right now. Because Josh was on it. He was hitting it on the head. But I can't agree with whoever it was. I'm sorry, Garcelle, I think was her name. But yeah, I don't agree. And I hate this thing. Yeah, I hate that mentality that you tell Black people get along to play along, get along. Like you tell us we have to put up with the injustices, and I hate that. Like, why do they have to put up with it? Why can't they fight for their rights and say we want to be treated equal? Why can't they do that? I mean, I'm looking a hot mess, and I just saw myself. Oh, sorry, y'all. I got distracted. But yeah, I hate that concept of that, and I don't agree with her at all. Yes, Nene said some things. I'm not calling Nene perfect, and there's been times she may have said some things she shouldn't, like we all do or whatever, but overall she's really been real, just been real who she is, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. And to say that Candy was just being a boss and not being an opportunist for herself, how could you just call that being a boss? That wasn't being a boss. She struck that light like that. She struck the light like that, but not for everybody. She was striking that for her. She was waving that light for her. And you know, it is what it is, but don't try to make it seem like Candy was doing something to make a move for all the Black women. No, that is not it. Matter of fact, Portia is the only one who I've heard who verbally said, I support Nene. Even on the show last night, she said, you know, I support Nene. And she made a comment about how Nene really did pave that way for them, the Black women and stuff like that. And Giselle, another Black woman, came behind Portia and basically said, well, no, Vicky is the one who paved the way for me. Vicky is the one who paid. So she didn't even want to give Nene the credit where Nene, you know, where it was due. So I don't know where Garcelle got all that from, but I don't agree with it. But going to Wendy really quick, I thought something was up when she said on her show, hey, I talked to I talked to Andy. Oh, but I didn't call him. I just text him. I talked to text. I didn't want to. That's what she said. I didn't want to get on the phone. And then the next day you on What Happens Live. And yeah, you guys didn't discuss this. You guys planned this. You discussed it. You knew exactly what you were doing. And we can see straight through it. And we see you. We see both of you very clearly. Just like when he asked her about DJ Boo. She was like a deer in headlight. She stopped. She couldn't even give a straight answer because she had to think about what can she say, because she couldn't say any facts. You know what I'm saying? That you about to get sued or whatever's going on with you in that situation. But to say that you're somebody's friend and another Black woman, even if you hated her, you didn't have to say the things that she said. I was thinking, even if she wasn't a friend of yours, to say to her white boss, hey, what? Her and her husband, that's boring. Her and her son, that's boring. Her and her grandchildren, that's boring. I mean, that was the low of all low. So Wendy, for me, will never get my ratings. And I think she's one of those sisters that gets threatened when she see other women that have a talent or can take her space. Because that time slot, what she does, Nene is somebody who can do that same kind of show and be very successful at it. Tamar is someone that can do that same kind of show, be very successful at it. Tammy Roman can do that kind of show and be successful at it. So it's not like she can only one that can do that kind of talk show, and she gets threatened by these women. That's why when she had that space and opportunity to create that talk show, look who she put in the show with the white guy, Jerry. Is it Jerry or whatever? And it flopped.
Or something. Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell. And it flopped. Why didn't she use Tamar? Why didn't she use Nene? Because she don't want a sister. She's one of those sisters, one of those Black people that don't want another sister. Like your light got to be the only one shining. You don't want somebody else light to shine greater than yours. She's one of those. So Wendy, you're canceled. You hear me, Wendy? I cancel you. I cancel you right with Bravo. Okay. There you go.
Well, thank you so much, Ann Grace. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Right.
Bye. Bye.
It's a whole bunch of y'all. Thank y'all for look. I don't mind people who disagree with me. I really don't. There are several who disagree with me. Hold on. I know. Look.
And this is the one person who disagreed with you. But look, I want to start off with this.
How you knew I was gonna click you next? How did you know?
I see the book. It say you're in the show. Let me just start off with the peasants that's called, starting with Reese, aka Cleo from Set It Off. Let me tell you, she made no sense when she called here. She sounded delusional. You know what I'm saying? She made just actually no sense. Alaka, aka Queen Elizabeth. She actually made sense. I really got a little crush on her because she's sophisticated. She seemed like the type of wife I want that just sit at home all day, do nothing with her life but get on YouTube all day. That's number one. Queen Josh, he ain't talking about nothing. He made no sense. He just called her like a little queen. Darcel, see, me and Darcel, we like two different. We like the same type of people. We don't like. We're like, we don't like. We're giving y'all peasants some common sense, something that you guys don't have. None of you peasants have common sense. And Darcel made so much sense. And I'm like, is she calling the right number? Because this lady is really making sense. And she don't know who she's talking to, you peasants and mutants in the chat. And Grace, aka Angie Stone, she called here talking about, Darcel, her skin Darcel made her skin whatever, but you got your hair over your head. You talking about Darcel made your skin whatever. Talking about Wendy Williams went cancer with Jerry O'Connell came and no, Jerry O'Connell made Wendy Williams so hot.
Dre, are you calling to talk about everybody else?
I'm calling to talk about what I need to talk about. Okay, that's what I'm calling.
Dre, your phone went out, honey. All right, I guess that's a sign from the Lord. That's the sign from the Lord, Dre. Okay. Sickled but not broken.
Hey, Michelle.
Unmute your mic. Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing?
Good. I'm back here cracking up. So Josh everybody made good points, but I have to say that I am actually very, very appreciated that Nene took a stand and she's standing for it. Like, to me, Candy, Tanya, like, you don't need housewives money, but fame is a heck of a
You think
drug.
they don't need housewife money?
Well, I mean, they have
You needed the
businesses and
PPP
stuff.
loan and everything else. I mean, you can't have enough money. Like,
Well, I mean, that's true, but what I'm saying is, like, for Tanya to be making $2,000 an episode, like, you know what I mean? She has to pay for makeup and all that other stuff. You know, I don't know if she does her own makeup or whatever, but like, you have to look at the long term. Like, is this going to be worth my time? And I know they get like a lot of promotions for their businesses and stuff like that, and that's great, but like, the whole situation is just like crazy to me, because it's like, let the girl live. Like, you know, she's gone, but y'all still talking about her. Like, Wendy and Andy couldn't have anything else to talk about. Then
right.
Nene, like, y'all couldn't have nothing else. And then not even that, for Wendy to sit on her show and say Nene's boring, her family's boring, she's this, she's that. Why are you still you went on a whole nother show just to talk about her. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the big deal? And then for people, you know, and I told you I wasn't a big Nene fan, but for people to sit here and be like, oh, Nene's this, Nene's that, she's that, like, I wasn't a big Nene's fan, but if y'all think about the situation, it's like people kept pushing her to it. They wanted that Nene. They wanted that entertainment. Like, they did that. So now y'all getting mad because she's all up in y'all face or she's airing out some stuff. It's like, no, that's the Nene that y'all created. That's the Nene you want. That's the Nene you gonna get. And not even that, she's always been upfront about who she is.
Yep.
So it's like, for people to be surprised, it's like, huh? Like, how are you surprised that she clapped back? Like, Nene's known for her famous clapbacks, like buy wig and, you know, and all that stuff. So it's like, for people to be like, oh, she aired out. I'm like, I feel like she knows more stuff that she could definitely speak on. So I think, like, the little things that she said, that was like, whatever. And then for the situation about the whole Candy, you know, being women power, like, I love Candy. I love her drive. I love, you know, what she does with her businesses and everything. But what she did, that was wrong. She should have talked as a collective. And I think a lot of times that's a problem. Like, people always sitting here and like, oh, well, I'm for Black Lives Matter, I'm for this, but really, you're really only after your own agenda. You didn't sit and talk to those girls about what needs to be done. You just went and made yourself executive producer of a show, you know, put another belt under your, you know, your resume or your Instagram handle or whatever the case is. It's like, what did that solve? Really, like, let's ask ourselves, the segment that everybody watched, what happened? Like, what did it solve?
Nothing.
So that's why I said, you know, it's all crazy. Like, let the girl live. It's her life. She decide what she wants to decide. But why do people keep still bringing up her name? Let her be. She's not on Instagram.
Because
Twitter.
her name brings clicks, her name brings views, and her name rings bells. I mean, her name rings bells. As you can see, she was the hot topic today, despite, you know, just getting on Twitter. All she gotta do is get on Twitter. She didn't even show her face.
But then y'all don't get, it's like y'all talk about her as being, oh, she evil, she mean, she this. Nene thinks she the queen, she the that. Y'all created that monster because y'all need her for the entertainment. So I just feel like people need to leave her alone. Let her be. Nene need to take a time out. Don't respond at what Dre said. Don't respond to the peasants. Just let it go. Let them be. And people are going to really see what this Black woman that started off. Y'all saw how Nene started off. Look at how she's doing now. So y'all might call her crazy and whatever and mean and all this stuff, but she's building her brand.
Right.
So, and I think a lot of it has to do with the women being jealous. You know, think about it. For so long, Nene has been like HBIC, as she said. You know, even when she was in the season that she had like a few episodes, what happened? They spent the whole season talking about her. So I think the women are a little jealous. They want to be the next Nene, but the problem is they don't have what it takes. Like, you know, y'all don't have what it takes, but figure out something to do because she's gone off the show. So y'all got a show to do. Go worry about that. Stop bringing up her name. That's all I have to say.
Well,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
y'all.
much. I
Have a
appreciate
good
it.
one.
All right. Thank you. Shout out to Sickle Not Broken. King Gracie. King Gracie, are you ready? Hello.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, how you
How
doing?
are you? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey.
Sorry. Yeah, it was just dark in here. My light, I'm in bed, so my camera's on, but you can't see me because
Oh
it's
no,
dark.
it's no worries. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say a few things. The lady before, she had a lot of valid points. The one that just went before me. I would like to say one of the comments that you did put up on the screen, somebody did call Wendy a bedwench, and the definition of a bedwench is somebody that gives themselves over to white men who are high status for privileges and promotions and things of that sort. And I don't think that Wendy gives herself to white men, so that terminology is just incorrect. I just don't like when people use these type of words against each other. Like, don't do that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a very nice thing to do. Not that I'm on Wendy's side or anything like that. It's just a point that I wanted to make. So the first thing that I wanted to say is that Wendy is not very nice. That was not a very nice thing of her to do, what she did to Nene on national TV. She knew that it was going to get picked up by the blogs. She knew that people were going to run with it. She knew that using Nene's name was going to stir up some type of controversy. And if you call yourself a friend to somebody or even an associate to somebody, and then someone asking you a trick question like that, you have been in the industry for about 55 years. You know how to answer questions in a way where it doesn't come back as vindictive and spiteful. Because exactly what she said, she knew what she was saying. She was being very mean to Nene, and I don't actually understand why she would do such a thing. That's not a very nice thing to do. And even a couple of months ago, we did tell, well, I say we told Nene, but like as if we talked to her, but we did say Wendy is not her friend when she called her that girl over there and this, that, and the third. So I don't know why she would even decide to go on Andy's show. And Andy, because when Andy asked her about DJ, this is how you know that she could do it. Because when Andy asked her about DJ Booth, she knew how to tiptoe her way around the question and started talking about the studio to distract him and not answer the question directly. So if you didn't want to say, you know, if you think that Nene doesn't need to be on the show anymore, you don't need to say that. Just as a friend to her, you don't actually need to say that. That was unnecessary.
I agree.
The next thing that I wanted to say is when you had Darcel up there, Miss Lady Darcel, do you know what I thought was so funny is the fact that you was pulling up all these comments on the screen and she was pretending like she couldn't see them. Everyone's telling her to get off. But what I wanted to say is the fact that she was trying to, I don't like this narrative that people keep putting out about Nene, like, oh, because she's got this attitude and she's this loud person and she's this larger than life person. Do you think that just like every show has their players and everybody plays their position? So you have people like Kenya, who is the antagonizer, and then you'll have somebody like Nene, for example, who is the reactor. So that is what her role on the show would be, to keep the storyline moving forward and to keep the show going. It's still TV at the end of the day. They can't just walk around all day and be, you know what I'm saying, like boring and going to lunch. Things have to happen. So if Nene's been on the show all these years and you guys are saying that you don't like her attitude, this, that, and the third, why is Bravo so pressed to have her back on the show? You know that Nene is a topic of conversation specifically so they can stir up some talk around the show because they know that nobody else is going to be on there that is interesting. That's why people watching the show. And that's why you have to keep talking about Nene to try to see if people are going to watch the show because she's not on it anymore. I didn't think that was like a valid point that she was making. Everyone knows that they're watching the show for Nene. They're talking about Nene for a reason. Nene was right in one of her tweets. The ratings are low and they're using her name.
You're
and
right.
The last thing that I wanted to say is whenever somebody tries to make a point about themselves and what's happening in their lives, and so for example, just now that Nene brought up Breonna Taylor in her tweet and put, I don't think that is a valid point to try and say that bringing up something to do with Black Lives Matter doesn't correlate with what it is that Nene is saying. Because you can walk and chew gum. You can make a point about things, social injustices that are happening in the world, and that can still relate to exactly what you're going through. Nobody can tell you not to bring up somebody else's name. And I wanted to bring it back to a couple of months ago when she did bring up the George Floyd thing. And she said, a gang of people were on George Floyd. And when she was in the reunion, she felt like a group of people were ganging up on her. And I feel like people were being deliberately obtuse, just like they're being now, being deliberately obtuse and want to misunderstand exactly what it is that Nene is saying just because she brought up Breonna Taylor's name.
I agree. Well, thank you, King Gracie. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It was nice to speak to you today. Have a good evening.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Hold on, y'all. Mr. Woods.
Welcome, reporting live from the living room of my home where I'm about to read down some folks, okay? So let me address a couple of things. To all you men that come up here and trash these women by calling them characters for movie, sit your ass down. Reese, you are a queen. Ilanka, you are a queen. Dre, I still love you, but you need to watch your mouth with all that bullshit, and I mean that, and I love you dearly. To the caller, Darcel, baby girl, let me give you the facts, baby, because I've been watching this since before these Black women got on Bravo. Vicky got fired because she lied about a cancer scandal with her boyfriend, okay? Teresa went to jail. They did put her on hold, but baby girl, she still is back, okay? Let's go to Portia. Portia got demoted because she was whooping ass on the show, baby girl. She's still back on the show. She didn't lose no money. She has plateaued. Brandy Glanville, Coke, pill popper, lied, stirred up drama. She been back on the phone. She got a whole sit down with Andy coming soon or whatever like that. Ran 2 people off of Beverly Hills. Kyle, all the stuff that Josh was saying was true. She's only on the show because of who she knows and things of that nature or whatever like that. Who else do I have on here? And last but not least, Kenya Moore. That bitch lied about being married, and that's why they kicked her off the show and came her back for the little coins that she had whenever she came back. So now let me go on and talk about Nene. Yes, Nene needs to be held accountable for going on Watch What Happened Live for answering that question truthfully. It was Cynthia boring and she needed to be off the show. Yes, she did that. But this is where I have a problem at, okay? So you pick 2 people, what I'm talking about, that's supposed to be your friends, Andy Cohen and cokehead Wendy, and then y'all come on national television and y'all use the same things against her in a time like this. This is what I said earlier, and I'm always going to say it. We create and we put these women up on a pedestal and they've created these characters. However, these Black women are tired of playing these characters. These Black women want to be able to be seen in different facets of life and this, that, and the third. So for her so-called friend to come on and kind of tear her down and pretty much try to sabotage her in the direction that she's going, Wendy, you are wrong. I will never support you again. You tear down Black women just like Kenya Moore and the rest of these coons that be shucking and jiving. I'm not going to say anything else about anybody else. Yeah, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Y'all get so mad when Nene come out and she has to always defend herself. First of all, y'all want her to be quiet and y'all don't want to say anything. But guess what? She is the HBIC. If it wasn't for her, none of them women would be on that show. I don't care who funded the show. Nobody would be on that show if Nene didn't open her mouth and say, hey, Bravo, I have a group of girls that I feel like would be a great fit for housewives. Let me also point out, Bravo is a white television station. There wasn't a lot of Black people on that show until Nene put them in that place, okay? Then you have Married to Medicine, and then you have whack-ass Potomac. Monique, I'm glad you beat Candace's ass, because just like Portia beat Kenya ass. And it was a good-ass fight to watch. So I'm going to tell y'all this, just like this, these women are tired. Stop trying to tell these women, Black women, to shut up. They need to always stand up for themselves. They need to always speak their truth, regardless of what we think as fans. That's the problem with us. Black women need to be heard. If they're tired, they're tired. Nene been sitting on this for a long time. If you remember Wendy even went on her show, and I think I said this the other day. Wendy even went on her show and said, you know, Nene, I just, you know, she's sitting on something huge, and you know, and blah, blah, blah. You want to show empathy because, girl, you know that this girl done opened up the floodgates and told you everything that's been going on behind the scenes, and now you want to shuck and jive because, baby, you up there shaking and wording your words together and you're coking all that out there because your man left you, and the ratings is struggling, baby girl. Don't nobody give a damn about Wendy Williams. Don't nobody give a damn about Andy Cohen. Joshua's right about Kathy Griffin. She's not the only one that blamed him for being on coke. There's also been allegations allegedly that during the reunions on some of these housewives shows, he was putting coke in the dressing room, and some of these girls was coked up while they was sitting on there. And I'm saying allegedly. So everybody that's trying to punch Nene and say Nene this, that, and the third, and try to come for this queen right here or whatever about what she reports, Michelle is always fair when it comes to Nene. And just like I said, you see how I held Nene accountable for what she did or whatever, it still does not negate the fact that some of her so-called friends decide to get on national television while this lady at home sleep in her bed, minding her own business. And then y'all want to come up here and drag this lady when she's trying to make moves. Everybody want these women to sit down and be quiet and this, that, and the third. And Mariah Carey said it best. This is why we lose so many celebrities, because they're so demanding of these characters that they create and these facades that they create. These women don't want to do this no more. If you can't see that, you can't see that. Michelle just put up the facts of how you gonna offer Nene 6 episodes? 6 episodes. Teresa is a dang felon, and she's on the full season of that. She is a felon. They deported her husband. Deported her husband for embezzling money and this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? So all these people that come on here and talk about something, we need to stop reacting because that's what they want to. Guess what? We need to start reacting. We need to start speaking up to these white people. We always need to open our mouth. We got to stop telling each other to shut up, because guess what? When we shut up, we turn into coons and we let them win. I'm not going to stand behind that thought. I'm not going to sit up here and say that, whatever. Change your mindset. When we move together as a union, we gonna win. That's why that's gonna lead me into something else. Michelle is totally off base. I know you've seen that I wore my Javier Ambler shirt. We had a win today. The sheriff that was involved in that case that was on live PD, he was indicted and he was in charge for felony charges for tampering with the evidence. And we're away. And this is coming down in Texas. So for everybody telling everybody to be quiet in the Black community, guess what? If Nene want to scream Black Lives Matter because she's a Black woman, let her do it. If she want to talk about being compared to George Floyd, let her do it. If she want to talk about being compared to Breonna Taylor, let her do it. Because guess what? I, as a Black person, have been treated like that against these white people. And we got to stop telling each other to shut up and just take it. Ain't no more of that in 2020. We have been abused. We've been towed down. We tear each other down, and I'm tired of it. And you Black men, let me tell you something. And I'm looking at y'all. Y'all better start standing up behind these Black women and stop letting these white people dog them out. And that goes for any man in the comments that got something to say about it. Stand behind these Black women. Appreciate them. Stop downing them, stop dragging them and this, that, and the third, but you better pay attention to what's going on. Y'all so quick to jump over to the white side and this, that, and the third or whatever like that, but y'all better start supporting and standing up for these Black women. And I mean, every Black woman that you see in this world, you better say, hello, I love you, sister, you beautiful, this, that, and the third. And I mean that. I'm so sick and tired of seeing that from this community, and myself included. Because sometimes I fall victim to that. But I'm going to tell you just like this, men always be so quick to trash a woman and say she need to shut up and do this, that, and the third. You know what? Shut your damn mouth. Yeah. And you stop cooning and shucking and jiving. Shut your damn mouth with your thoughts and your theories and this, that, and the third. Let these women lead us like they supposed to, because guess what? This country was built on the back of a Black woman. And you gonna remember that. If not, I can give you a couple of history books and a couple of articles and everything else that you can read. So with that being said, I salute Nene. I salute her for standing in her truth. I hope that she gets everything that she deserves, even if she don't come back to the Housewives. Guess what? There's always gold at the end of the tunnel, because in about a week or so, she will be on a national talk show talking about all this. So when she gets out there and tells her truth, we're going to see how many of y'all switch hit and jump on her side again, because everything that's done in the dark always comes to the light. Michelle, I love you.
Thank
And
you.
I appreciate you. And keep doing what you're doing. And every woman that's in this chat and that follows Michelle, I appreciate you. Every man in there that do the same thing, I appreciate all of y'all. But y'all better get y'all shit together and don't come for me or I'm gonna come for you. You know you can't hold me. Have a good night, Michelle.
All right, thank you, Mr. Woods.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Oh, child, y'all gonna keep me on here all night, honey. Y'all gonna keep me on here. Just a superstar.
Yes.
You back.
I have one more thought.
Y'all killing me calling back, honey. Go ahead.
Listen, do you know it's amazing how Black women, white women, or us as a culture give gay men a pass to drag women? You saw how Andy laughed with the Wendy saying, you know, I was taunting Nene about you all's relationship and I kept pressing it. How is that funny for a man to press a woman and taunt her and think it's funny and giggle about it? And another woman laugh out, ooh, yes, Reed, honey. Who in the hell said that's okay? And how do we sit as a Black man or a Black woman and think that's okay for a white man or a gay man to sit there and say, even any kind of man? But we give gay men so many passes to taunt women, call them bees, hoes, fish, whatever you want them to call them, and say, oh, that's fine. That's just how they your child. That is so whack. That is so whack. To me, that's a Karen situation. For a white gay man to sit there and laugh on national TV and know that it's going to be accepted because one, he got the white pass, and two, whether y'all want to realize it or not, y'all give a lot of gay men passes to say what they want to say to women, and that's facts. And I'm speaking as a son of a good woman and a brother of a good woman. We give a lot of gay men a pass to treat our women like trash and think it's cute, and y'all like them and y'all follow them and y'all think it's funny and y'all kiki and ha-ha, and that's how he treated that woman. He taunted her, and we set the culture for this man to taunt this Black woman because we laugh at that stuff. Oh, he got her together. Oh, he kept pressing. What man would stand up like, whoa, ho, you don't talk to that woman like that? Because let me tell you something, if that was a Black man on a TV show, kept taunting some white woman, that she'd have broke out crying, his career would have been canceled, the show would have been canceled, that would have been it. The network would have been issued an apology. But this man could get on TV with another Black woman, laugh about how he taunted another Black woman. How is that okay? Forget about how you don't like a Black woman, how you don't like what Nene say, and she want to get this person fired or that person fired. You think it's okay for a man to taunt a woman like that? Do y'all really think that's okay?
Well,
that's it. That's all I gotta say. I was gonna say something about Dre, but I ain't arguing with somebody with a lisp since I was in third grade, so I just let it have. Oh, you can put them online. You know, I got all the time to be permitted. Now, I never back down. What's up?
Okay, hold on.
I can light my fireplace. I'm a homeowner. What's up?
Dre.
Michelle,
what do you want?
Okay, so my thing
Swallow
is, I don't
your
know
spit
how
and then speak.
I don't know how the phone got disconnected or whatever. That was like, I think you hung up on me.
It was your Boost Mobile.
Queen Josh, no, Verizon.
I know.
Queen
Josh, here we go. We got to get
Josh,
go ahead
nobody have nothing to say to me today.
Go ahead and try to degrade me as a man. Go ahead. That's what you got. That's what you got. Okay, I'm a queen. What else? What else you got? What else you got? What else you got? I'm a queen. What else you got? What else you got?
Are you done?
What else you got, young lady? What else do you have? What else? I want to know what else you got.
Queen Josh, he up here talking about what a gay male. You are a gay male. But anyway, Michelle, like I was saying before, I was
infatuated with myself. What does that have to do with what I was saying? Let's just say I am gay. Let's just say I wear miniskirts. Let's just say I get my hair done by Darcel made a lot of sense. What does that make sense?
Ain't so her about to get repo. You should go try to get some money to make. Ain't so her about
to another woman like that.
I'm gonna wait till you done because you know the ladies have the floor. So go ahead, sweetheart.
And I will speak.
Okay, go ahead.
What gives the right for a man, period, to speak to a woman like that, and we give gay men passes to speak to a woman like that? How is that correct? Tell me.
To speak to a woman like what? What are you talking about?
Did you not hear the interview in which we're referencing?
Are you talking about Andy and Nene?
we are talking about watch what's happening live, correct? Are we
Okay,
on the same? Did we call it to the same show?
I don't know what you. I don't know nothing about Nene. I'm not.
Yeah, what the hell you calling in for? That's
I
what the damn
called
topic.
because
Do you
I was
slow?
listening to
Do
the
you have
comments.
Down syndrome?
I call-
We're
I'm not-
talking
I
about
don't care
Nene,
nothing
Wendy,
about
and Andy.
Nene.
What
The
the
thing
hell are you
is-
talking about?
Okay.
Did you call into the wrong show the wrong day?
Queen Josh,
What's up?
Let
What's
me know
up?
when I can talk. If you shut up.
You know what you can't talk because you call and
Okay,
talk about something
Michelle,
we're
like
not
I was
talking
saying,
about.
Michelle,
So if you're
Darcel,
calling
Josh,
to
let him
talk
talk,
about,
Josh, let him talk. Let him talk.
exactly.
No,
She
I want to hear
keep
shit he
talking
got to
over
say.
me. Like she keep talking over me. I'm not ghetto. I am a Harvard graduate.
Oh,
But
baby
anyway,
girl.
Michelle, like I was saying before I was interrupted by your homegirl, is this Darcel made a lot of sense.
Okay.
You show favoritism, and it's something about you, Michelle. I remember December 31st, 2000, last year, 19. I was watching your show. I was in the car waiting for someone to come out the store, and you said about females in 2020, you're gonna stand up for females. But every time you talk about Latoya, the popular lady Latoya Forever from YouTube, you just start hating like you jealous of her or something. I don't know.
What have I said
Every time you mention her, you get like you start frowning like YouTube lady. But then when somebody talk about you like Claudia, you want people to be like, oh yeah, Michelle, the HBIC of YouTube, Michelle this, Michelle that. You bring your own energy. You show negativity towards other females, but the moose.
Really?
Yes, you do. And I'm serious. You tell me. You should know. You should know yourself more than I do. I mean, you tell me how so. That's what you do. You show.
I mean, what have I said negative about the girl? What have I said negative about
Michelle?
Claudia? I talked about what Claudia said out of her mouth. I don't know that woman.
Darcel made a lot of sense, and she just made a lot of sense. Like I said, Khalil ain't make no sense. Alaka, she made a lot of sense, but like I said, Alaka, you know what I'm saying? Alaka could do no wrong in my eyes, and Darcel just made a lot of sense. Darcel, we're like normal. You have to understand, Darcel. These is a bunch of peasants like Queen Josh who ain't got nothing going on in life that sit around look at this show all day. Like we have life. You know what I'm saying? You, Michelle, you a hater. It is what it is. You a straight up hater. You hate on everybody on the show. You supposed to in December 31st. I remember this. I was in St. Louis, Missouri. I had went there for my job because I am a engineer, and I was there for Chrysler, and I was there at my job with my job, and you said, "Oh, 2020, I'm going to sit up and I'm going to represent for the ladies." It's normal. Hey, Josh, shut up. Ain't nobody talking to you. I'm going to sit up.
You know, Harvard does not have an engineering program. Just FYI.
Okay.
Just FYI, Harvard does not have an engineering program.
Where are we going?
So anyway, I'm just saying, you said when somebody talk about you, we supposed to defend you, and I do it all the time. Defend you all the time on your platform. I turn off the show, but you do the same thing. The next Negro do. You sit up and talk about everybody, but then when somebody talk about you, you get on there and they be like, Michelle, they just haters. They just haters. But you bring that karma to you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, okay, Harvard.
And another thing is, Michelle, you can't do that. Like karma is coming for you. I'm serious. You talk about the queen. You see what happened to Nene. She out here filling out job applications, and that's gonna happen to you too. So I hope you feel all them houses you got, them real estate houses you got. I hope they all fill in. I hope you don't get another tenant like Funky, whatever the dude name is. But it's coming for you. I'm serious.
You probably graduated, made them
you
cool
can't
out of Harvard.
Ain't nobody talking to you. Why do you keep talking, Queen?
I'm just saying, you sound very intelligent.
Why do you sound very intelligent? Very intellectual. Like, you know what?
You graduated top of your class.
You make no sense.
I knew you wrote the Harvard review
around all day. You go get you a female and do something with her. Like you still follow Michelle around. Ain't like you get none from her. So why are you on the phone with me? You know what I'm saying? Why are you here? Hang up. Your YouTube show ain't go nowhere. Kaya said your YouTube show wasn't going nowhere. We all
she's
know
a booker. She's a point of reference, isn't she? Kaya's a point of reference.
Like, why are you even here? Shut up.
You know what? I follow Kaya's music career with my YouTube channel.
See, the stuff you say, it don't even be funny. This is how I know these peasants watching on this show, because I follow Kaya's show with my YouTube channel. That's not even funny. It's like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
You seem really upset. I really came here to have a good time and just to poke fun with you. But you really seem upset. I'm sorry if I upset you.
No, you didn't upset me. It's Michelle.
A man
Michelle
with a Harvard degree. I respect you.
Darcel was
respect
right.
you.
Everything Darcel said was correct. Alaka made a lot of sense. Reese, Cleo, she ain't make no sense. Like I was saying before, I was interrupting
What
and
type of
Angie
engineering
and
degrees you get from Harvard?
Angie Stone talking about Darcel made her skin. I mean, you coming online looking like a mess with your hair all over your head.
Why are
Talking
you even
about she
talking about
made
how a
your
woman
skin
look?
travel.
That is so silly. Like, why are you talking about someone's physical features? That's so
Don't
wet.
question me, peasant. Don't question me,
That's so
peasant. But like
wet.
I was saying, it is what it is. I said what I said, and I ain't changing it.
Oh,
Kenya is
that
the
is so
queen of the show.
wonderful.
I'm
That's so
still watching
original.
Bravo. And everybody else is too. Y'all sit up talking about it. Michelle knew her channel was about to furlough, so she had no other thing to do but to keep talking about Bravo because
What's
what else is there to
furlough?
talk about?
What's gonna furlough? What's gonna furlough?
No,
YouTube
this
furlough?
channel will furlough if she don't. I mean, if only if Trump bail you out,
Baby,
and I don't see
Google
him
what
doing that.
furlough means first
I
before you
don't
say that. Mr.
see
Harvard.
you
Mr.
peasants don't know
Harvard.
anything. Yes,
Mr. Harvard, please
class of
Google what furlough
2012.
is before you
Yes,
use it in a statement
2012
or a
with my
sentence.
masters. With my
What you get
masters.
with an engineering degree from Harvard?
No,
You
my
must.
engineering degree did not come from Harvard. No, it did
Oh,
not come from Harvard. I went to Harvard for
what
my
you get from Harvard?
masters. For my masters.
Masters
What
in
do you
what?
do? What do you
In
do for a
what?
living? Queen
In
Josh,
what?
what do you do?
Listen,
I don't know what y'all
I'm
arguing about.
I'm
Look,
very.
this is going nowhere. Neither one of y'all talk about nothing.
No, you don't be talking about nothing. You
Listen,
just hate. You hate on
Brayden came
Latoya.
on here
You
and
hate
just
on Kenya.
messed
You
up
hate
the
on
mood.
everybody. Michelle, you starting to be a hater. I think my grandma said she called you and told you that last week, and everything she was saying was true.
Yo, his
Like you
whole
starting to
family
be a
watching you,
hater.
Michelle. Even the grandma girl.
I'm just saying, Michelle starting to look like a hater.
Your
Everybody
grandma
who called
called.
this channel,
The
everybody who called
grandma
this channel
called the
made it
aunt,
like
the
a hater.
uncle.
Like y'all be hating on the most craziest stuff. That stuff like like you know what I'm saying?
Ugh.
Another thing Darcel said that was 100% correct. If it was like
Get
if
it out,
Kenya
Harvard.
Moore get on the show, if Kenya Moore get on the show and get asked a question and she answered the question, Michelle will be on her show talking about she had no reason doing that. She just talk about Nene. It's a question. Just like when Nene used to, Darcel said everything. Darcel, we do not belong on this channel with these peasants. Like these is
Dre,
nothing but peasants on this
Dre.
Well,
channel.
your grandma a peasant too, cause your grandma watch it.
The gang's
Thank
out
you.
here.
Make
Jazzy
it.
Bill, I got my picture. You like my picture? It's a picture of you because that's how you look, ugly.
Aww,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real.
That's
Right.
another.
Why
It's
would
Thank
another.
you.
It's
Wait,
another peasant.
Michelle,
Talk
wait,
about that.
Michelle. Don't even worry about it because we still don't even know what Dre looks like.
And you
But
not.
we know what he
You
Y'all
sound
not.
know
like.
what I look
You
like,
not.
okay? We still have never seen his face before.
And you not. You not.
We've
Jazzy
seen
Bill.
all
You
we've
not.
seen from Dre on camera is a Holiday in
He look
curtain.
like Holiday Heart nephew.
So exact look, Dre. Your mama cut the internet router off earlier and you done got back on the internet. I don't know how or why.
Okay, you see that's
Why
what I'm
did
saying.
you
Jazzy coming
no,
on.
Dre?
Michelle, what's the topic
Dre.
about? What is the topic about? What is
Could
this
you
topic
afford the
about?
Harvard application fee?
Michelle, can y'all have a
Could you
topic?
afford
Can
the
you talk about the
graduation
topic?
application fee, Dre?
Can,
Let's see your degree.
Jazzy,
Can
I'm
we
not trying to
see
be
it?
your entertainment. I'm not trying to
Can
be
we
your
see it?
entertainment.
Can we
I
see
mean,
it?
Michelle, what is the topic about? Can you tell her to talk about the topic?
No,
You got,
what's his
you
new
have two
word? Like,
peasants.
what's his new vocab
You
word
have two
now?
peasants coming on here
Look,
talking
his
about
degree
Furlough.
got furloughed. His
I'm
degree got
hanging
furloughed.
up on all y'all. I'm hanging up on all y'all. All the trolls call. What? Okay.
Wait,
no.
hold on. Michelle, please make him get on camera. Please make him get on camera.
Ray ain't gonna get on camera.
And Jazzy Bill, Michelle, please make her stay off camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Jazzy Bill, you called to talk to me?
Mush mouth. What you got going on over there?
You called to talk to me?
What you got going on in that basement?
What basement are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. You sound retarded.
Oh, I sound retarded.
Yeah, you do. You do. You sound real retarded right now.
Ooh, Dre using big words.
Yeah,
He
you
learned
do.
that from Harvard,
You
girl. He
do.
got that
You
from
got-
Harvard.
You do.
He got that from Harvard.
He got multiple
You
syllables.
do.
You hear me?
I wish this wasn't
I
this
don't know
shit's
where
channel
to
so I
go
could
to
say
the
what I
left,
really want to say.
but-
I'm trying
Ray,
to time.
what other words you got that you got to share with us?
Furlough.
Okay, so Michelle, what else are you talking about, Michelle?
We talking about furlough.
Furlough.
Michelle, what else are you talking
I'm
about?
sorry to all the people who are holding in the back. I just couldn't take it no more. I'm tired of talking about the same thing.
Exactly. I mean, you were talking about Nene the move, and they up here talking to me, asking me questions about
Dre,
Harvard.
I got
Well,
a good
I really
question.
caught
Hold
on
on.
topic. I was calling on topic. I was talking
I
about
got a
Nene,
good
Bravo.
Joshua did call on the topic.
He did. I got a good question though, y'all. Dre, are you registered to vote?
Of course, he invented the machine. He went to Harvard.
Oh, okay.
He got
answer.
Dre, you're not registered to vote.
I'm not about to answer any question to these peasants. Like, they are beneath me. I mean, come on now. You got Jazzy Bell who stay online and watch what you do all day, all night,
You
email you
will
all day.
lie
And she
because
in
unlike
Atlanta.
you, I'm
You
actually
live in
in a
Atlanta.
master's program.
You ain't got
Okay,
nothing
Dre?
else going on. Probably work at Walmart. I mean, come on, Jazzy
What's
Bell.
wrong working at Walmart?
And what's wrong with working at Walmart if I did?
Nothing. It's nothing
You
wrong with
work at
working at
Chick-fil-A,
Walmart.
that fire. You all over YouTube yelling in the drive-through line.
That's what you think, Jazzy Bell?
It
That's what
probably
you
is,
think.
you know, for
It
real.
probably is. And then you got Josh who car get repoed and he don't know if he gay
Dre,
or
do you
straight.
have
So
a car?
no, I don't, Jazzy.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't.
I
You
think
got a
this
green
Dre in
car.
my DM. He just talking about Josh. You are gay. Why don't you own it?
It's nobody's business.
Josh, do you really think I got time? I don't even know nothing about you or your Instagram. I know I went to your whack ass YouTube channel one time. Nobody was there and I left.
It was furloughed.
Yeah, after I disliked the video, I just left.
It was furloughed.
That's
Sorry,
what
my
you
channel was
and then
furloughed.
you go sit up here and talk about. So what you talk about? You talk about females. Josh, you was doing the same thing to Kai. You was talking about her teeth, her dress, her clothes, and everything. You know, when you and Michelle went up there to be messy. That's what y'all are. Y'all are
I went up
messy
there
people.
for the YouTube
Y'all are
manicure. I
messy
went up there.
people.
I
You
went
I
up
went
for
up
the
there for the
shrimps.
shrimp and the drinks.
Right. The
Y'all
shrimp
went
and
up
the
there to be
drinks.
messy. That's
No,
what
we
I'm
went up for the
saying.
shrimp.
Y'all
Michelle,
are messy. Y'all
Michelle,
are
tell them how
messy.
good them shrimps were.
Those shrimps
It
are
is what it
good.
is. Y'all
Are
are
good.
messy.
Dre, are you not messy though?
Two messy females. Two messy females. That's what y'all
Dre,
are.
are you not messy and disrespectful and offensive?
But Michelle, that's all I call for to say Darcel made a
Oh, he
lot of
can't
sense.
hear.
I have never heard nobody make sense on this channel.
Oh, he can't hear.
Well,
Cleo
congratulations.
ain't make no sense.
He can't hear.
Lockett made a little sense. Queen Josh, as usual, didn't make no sense. And Angie Stone ain't make no sense either. She really didn't
Is
make
that
no
an
sense.
insult? You calling her Angie Stone?
Because Angie Stone is a beautiful woman.
Yeah, and your
Yeah, that's
grandma
all
wants
I
to
was
know why
calling
you're
for,
not
Michelle,
registered to
because my
vote.
phone had hung up.
All right.
I'm
Well,
not about to
tell
respond
your
to these
grandmama that we registered to
mutants.
vote and registered to vote, Dre.
These mutants below me, because that's what y'all are.
Goodbye, Dre.
Right, do you have health insurance?
He hung up.
Not health insurance. I can't.
Right. Okay, I'm done.
Well, Michelle, I
Bye,
needed this.
Jezebel. Thanks for trolling. And Joshua, I appreciate your
Good
input.
night. I'm going to the Patreon.
I'm not going to the Patreon until after midnight. You know, I ain't ate dinner. You know, I've been on here for 2 hours. I have not ate dinner. I was gonna be on here for an hour and then leave and go get something to eat.
Okay, well, I'll be at there at 12 o'clock.
Okay, I'll see you there.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh God, hold on, because you've been waiting a long time, Governor.
Hey, what's up, Michelle?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. I just want to send a shout out there to Pastor Carter that just got off there for the reading of the word tonight.
Yes, he did.
Amen.
Tonight, honey. Josh need to go and get that channel started. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, he do. I wanted to say, I agree with you 100%. Things could have been handled different if Wendy didn't have nothing good to say about Nene. She should have just not said anything at all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but for you to be her friend and drag her like that, when you go back and look at the foundation of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, when you go back to the very beginning, when they didn't even have housewives in Atlanta, the producer came to Nene, and Nene was the one who put the show together. She went and got Sheree, she went and got Kim, she got Lisa, and I think it was, and Deshaun Snow. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they have been number one, and I have researched this. They have been Bravo's not just the number one housewives show, but they have been Bravo's number one show for 12 years. So going back to I forgot his name that was on here, Mr. Woods.
Uh-huh.
If they're number one, and they've been number one for 12 years, those girls should have the top of the line everything when they go on their girls trip. They should be getting top of the line pay and not sitting in the Savannah in a bus, and then they sit in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to all these exotic countries and places. And when they do send the Housewives of Atlanta to Greece, it's full of dogs and cats running around. You know what I'm saying? Like they saying that the budget in, but the Housewives of Beverly Hills are staying at the Hilton or the Carlton. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But so I do stand with Nene, as far as with her speaking up, and that's the problem with Black people is that we don't stand and speak up. And a lot of times this has been going on a long time, even in the music industry, where our records have been being leaked. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Black artists' music has been being stolen. They're not getting their just for pay. But you never hear about that going on in Britney Spears camp, NSYNC, or none of their camps, or none of them white artists. Name one time you ever heard a white artist album being leaked. You can't. But how many Black artists you can think of where their album has been leaked?
Wow. I'm confused. Okay.
I confuse you.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, is this what the more
But
to the
no,
story?
I
What
get
I'm
what you're
saying is
saying.
right. And with Nene, those girls should have everything, and all of them should have came together with her and stood with her. There won't be no filming this year. If we can get our just due, we have been number one for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? So we should be getting top of the line pay. We should be getting top of the line trips. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, they made this show to what it is, and and Nene is the queen. Okay, she can toot her horn. You know why she can toot her horn? Because she did the work.
I agree. That's what
She
I was
did the
saying. That's
work.
why I'm like, why y'all always be telling Black women to be humble? Why we gotta be humble? If shoot, I mean, why not glorify in your accomplishments? Like, fuck being humble.
And yeah, and like Mr. Wood said earlier, they punish them different. They punish the Black housewives different. But when you go back and look at some of them old episodes of the White Housewives, girl, they pulling hair, calling each other bitches, throwing water, flipping over tables. When Teresa got in that fight, she was not demoted.
You're right.
She was right back the next season.
That's why I put all these gifts in here of all these white ladies fighting. Cause y'all act like that the housewives and everybody else know these people right here, they off the chain. I don't even watch these shows. And see, y'all don't see it because a lot of y'all don't watch it, but they are, man, they are horrible. And none of them get penalized. Remember, Portia got her peach snatched, Nene, got dragged. Like it's just, it's a double standard.
And that's why it's been so hard. Even with the housewives of Atlanta, with the African Americans, every year there's a cast change up. This one's on 1 or 2 years, she gotta go. That one gotta go. But you know what? With the Caucasian ones, they're consistent. They don't really change too much. You know what I'm saying? They get in spite of what they do, pushing Andy down, slapping this and pulling ponytails, throwing water, the husband fighting. They don't change up cast like that. But look, if you look at the history of the Housewives of Atlanta, my God, they had to have more cast members than any one of them other franchises.
Right.
You know,
Well, Governor, I appreciate your call. You made some very insightful points. I'm sorry, I had lost track of thought for a minute and I didn't get it, but I get it now. I appreciate everything you brought to the conversation.
and I hope Dre gonna get his degree from out the bubblegum machine, the Harvard bubblegum machine.
Dre go to Harvard Community College. It's all good. Well, thank you,
All
Governor.
right, girl. Bye.
All right, bye. Whew, it's been a long show tonight. It's been a whole long show. Look, I wanted to I did shout out Alaka, but I wanted to show y'all my little intro that she did to me, my little channel intro. You may have seen it over I put it public. I didn't mean to do it, but I did. But it's going to be the intro for when new visitors come to the channel. And so Alaka did this for me. Hold on, let me show it to you. Let me see. Bam. Can y'all hear that? I don't think I can hear it. Hold on. Why I can't hear it? Chrome tab. What's going? Bam. Bam. Oh.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
Shout out to Alaka putting all my pictures together. This took a lot of time. I was like, okay. I didn't even ask her for this. She did an amazing job.
ATLien.
All my little interviews and stuff. Look at Derek J. Hey, Derek. Nene Leakes.
ATLien. Get ready. Get ready.
Jennifer Williams.
ATLien. Get ready.
Me and
Get
Biggie.
ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. ATLien.
Patreon. Speaking of Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, if you're not a member of the Patreon, you should join. It's only $5 to participate in our after hours live stream where we talk about any and everything. Patreon.com, iamATLien. The link is also in the bio in the description box below. Also, there's a link to the Boycott Bravo if you so choose. I mean, it's an interesting read. Even if you don't want to sign it, go read it, check it out, see what the issues are. The people who put this together, Alaka, Rich Bix, and Jinx, actually did a great job of documenting all of the things some of the things that we talked about tonight. Yeah, and one of the things that Nene said in her tweet is to @Andy and @Bravo. I think y'all should start a social media campaign. At the people who, all of this stuff we talked about, @Bravo and @Bravo Andy, and ask him, like, what's the deal? Go up under his Instagram post and ask him, why is he, subliminally talking about low down monkey with a wig on? I would love for y'all to do that. Now, what else? Oh, I want to go ahead and thank some people. RS Mitch is a new member of the squad. Shout out to RS Mitch. Michelle Hewitt Williams sent me a super chat, says she is my #1 fan. Beauty Magic sent me $20 to tell me that she missed Just a Superstar Carter. I ain't giving Joshua my money. You know how people gonna be doing videos. Michelle taking all the super chats. Michelle stealing Joshua's super chats, honey. But I appreciate you, Beauty Magic. LaShawn Hampton sent me $50 and said, just a superstar, take a bow. Boom. Hang up on the caller. She missed the point. Boom. Okay. Travis Who said, girl, retwist your dreads, girl. She got on here just to bash Nene. Bye, girl. Kirsten McKenzie said, ooh, child. Sandra Noel said, this lady needs to call a friend to get this stuff off her chest. Bye. Oh, they was really dragging. Was it Darcel? Busy Blue said, the caller gave me life. I need the other side. Racia Morrison said, they are my #1 fan. Lynn Richardson said, love you, lady. Tianta Griffin sent me a super chat. Stephanie For You said, wrong day, Dre. Josh has time tonight. LaShawn says, why do Dre hate women? LaShawn, I don't know. You need to ask Dre. I don't know what's going on with Dre. Ebony Wright said, Dre, we are not backpedaling in 2020. Bring that energy back while Josh is on the line. And he did. They both, Josh got them together. Sandra Noel said, Dre's grandmama want to know if you are registered to vote. And Dre dodged that question. He must not be. Dre, you need to register to vote, child. You need to register to vote and make your voice heard. Also, I got a few super chats. I got a few cash apps. That was shocking. Shocking. I got some cash apps. Ken Phipps said, much love, Michelle, Team Nene for life. Thank you so much, Ken. Y Dogan MSS said, baby, putting in on this tea early, spill it. Thank you so much, Y Dogan. Lucretia. Hey, Lucretia. She didn't leave me no comment. Iris Braxton said, for refreshments. I appreciate you. I'm going to give me some. I'm about to order me some Uber Eats. Teresa had hit me up before the stream started and said for good morning, because everybody was waiting for me to go live this morning. Anika hit me up. I thank you, Anika, for the super chat. Greater Works Deliverance hit me up after hours. Thank you so much, Greater Works Deliverance. I appreciate everybody who support the channel, everyone who supports the channel. Yeah, and if you're just getting here, go ahead and like this video, please. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. We have a good time over here. I love to hear your voices. In addition, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, but I don't mind if you disagree with me. I didn't mind if Darcel felt some kind of way. That's her opinion. She has the right to her opinion. But even though her opinion is wrong to me, it's wrong to me. But yeah, I appreciate everyone. And yeah, don't forget to like this video and all of that. And I will be on Patreon late tonight. So I will see you guys later.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.